Okay, so this is my friend Mike's bus. It's a 48 Gillig. It is the oldest known running Gillig in the U.S.
Rear engine Gillig.
Oh, rear engine Gillig, okay. We'll do a little walk around and talk about some of the stuff that's unique about this bus, and then we'll go inside and show you the vintage interior. So yeah, it has a roof raise.
8 inches.
It used to be a school bus, but you'd never tell looking at it. It looks like a coach now.
They reskinned the sides after the roof lift and put in yacht windows or boat windows, from what I was told. You can see the 8-inch roof lift right there at the bottom of the arc and the top of the white ribs. Also, Gillig's, after 1949, the ribs on the sides do not go all the way around. So before 1950, only did these ribs go all the way around the bus.
Very retro. Let's take a look at the engine. Tell us what you got going on there.
This is the third engine. The original motor was a 6-cylinder gas, and then when they converted it in the early 60s, they put a 6V53 in there. And then they went to rebuild the 6V53 many years later, 2007, and they had it done, but they did it wrong. And instead of doing it again, he got his money back and put this Cat 3208 with turbo in here. And then he added a Allison 4-speed automatic and a rear axle from a wrecked Peterbilt, I suppose. So it's all 2007 running gear.
You want to open up the side over here, the side door, so we can see the engine from the side?
Let's open up this side. Or the other side. The other side is unlocked. Shoot, down there, now you can see it sitting there amongst the junk. And my Harbor Freight 3500 watt inverter, which is 10 years old and works excellent and has not burned out anything. Over on this side. The generator normally sits here, but there's your rest of the motor. And this is a 50 amp, wired for 50 amp type wiring, which I can convert to 30 or convert to 110 with a short cord, which is not here.
So your shore attachment's over here.
Yeah, my short cord is in there and it goes.
So you got a lot of extra room in this engine bay.
That's where my generator goes.
Okay.
All right. These taillight housings are handmade. When they converted it originally, they handmade the taillight housings. Also, they got rid of the school bus door in front and handmade the entrance door, which we can go see now.
Would you want to talk about these, the house systems and how they're done? Because on a school bus, things are a little more difficult because you don't have the kind of traditional luggage bays that you would have on a coach. So Mike's got one giant storage bay here. Why don't you show us that?
This is our family morgue. So, since it's not a highway bus, I don't have the conventional basement like the highway buses do, but they may do.
And that slides both ways,
and
right?
It slides out this far both directions.
Nice.
I don't normally keep my poop pipe right there because it has a spot for it, but that's new and I haven't.
So,
change that.
was this bay here on the school bus, or did he add this? Do you know?
It was probably here for the original school bus bay.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many of these doors he did. So this bay is just storage.
And this next bay is fuel.
The next bay
This is
section is the fuel tank at 175 gallons of diesel. All right, next to it, behind that, is the propane furnace, which is under the floor and then ducted through the floor up inside.
okay.
Behind it is water tanks, which accesses on the other side. So
So is that water and sewer?
this is water and sewage. So the sewage last year we combined the black and gray, but
So let's see if we can get a shot of that here, how that goes. But basically,
there's water and then the black and gray combined that we put in because the old black and gray were starting to corrode after 45 years.
so the water tank is metal, right?
Aluminum,
And then of course the combined black and gray is
rotomolded plastic.
and so that's just tucked up under there and held in with straps, as I recall, right?
With straps, with
long bolts. And
there's long bolts, threaded rod, and then straps.
Okay.
This one is my propane, 30-gallon propane bottle in there.
oh, and then there's a portion of the.
And then you can see the black gray combined
Okay.
tank. Also under here are valves to pull to so that the gray water can just hit the ground where that's legal.
right.
And I can pull those valves there.
Let's look at these from the other side. So see what your dump arrangement is. Got the is this your hot water heater here?
That's hot water. There's my water connection to the outside water
To fill?
to fill. No, just to supply the coach, but it does not fill
Supply
the
with
tank.
pressured water. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, here's a better view of what's
Yeah.
going on.
This is not permanently seated yet, but that's the new, brand new water, black and gray tank.
And that's your fill or your rinse there. Sorry, that's a rinse.
Yeah, so there's a rinse and there's some other connections we haven't put in yet. And that's 78 gallons, and the fresh water is 65. But if I want to fill the fresh water, I have a valve on top of here that I need to unscrew.
So you have a gravity fill, which is actually really a useful thing to consider. Because sometimes you might not have a pressure water source, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now, ahead of this is the air conditioner that's also underfloor and ducted into the room, with the fridge directly above it.
Oh, and that's your fridge access there.
That's my fridge access thing.
And the vent up
And the
above.
vent for the fridge, and then my cable TV and telephone that, you know,
From back in the days when
from
having
back
a
in the
phone
days
was
when,
important.
when you go
landline.
to your campground, be extension number 69. I don't know what that is. I think that's the original fuel tank door.
And that's the storage bay.
And this is the
access.
other side of the storage bay that comes all the way out here. And that's it for this side. So also we have the outside door, which was the old emergency exit from the original school bus. You can see the 8-inch lift section that they'd done above it. There's no access to it from the outside whatsoever. I've removed the pin. But inside the closet, you'll see later that there's a door here.
So that's useful for loading up stuff. Or
So I can load things up. I can open it from the inside. I can load stuff up, or it could still be an emergency escape hatch.
if you had a handicapped person in your family, you could add a lift here probably and take out the closet behind it.
I guess I could do that.
Yeah. All right.
So luckily, being from 1948, I don't have to worry about curved glass or anything. That's flat windshield glass. So all my glass is replaceable. So I don't have to find something made out of unobtainium.
You've got, is that for a bike rack there?
Yes, so they have bike rack poles that go in there, and you can put a bicycle in front.
You got LEDs there for your turn signals.
Turn signals were LEDs.
Fog lights.
The fog lights are from 1948. Those are original to the bus. The headlights are original to the bus. They put a bra on the front, which I think looks good. It polishes up nice.
And you've got modern mirrors there.
I do have modern mirrors. I don't know what they're from. Like a modern truck. They work really good. They're not heated. I guess.
And you've got air horns.
And I have dual air horns.
One on each side.
That's correct.
And radio antenna there.
There's a CB radio, AM, FM with a 10-disc changer inside. And yeah.
All right. Well, tell us about this door.
So this is the door. So this being it was a school bus, when they lifted the roof, and made the taillight housings, they handmade a door to match the other side of the bus. This door opens up like a safe. Dual locks on it. Locks in place, door handle. We can go inside.
Okay. Driver and passenger fans. I'll do a quick overview here and we'll come back and you can tell us about your dash. So Mike and his wife are into the vintage decor. They do a similar thing at their home. Why don't you tell us about the era that you're shooting for here? Is it 50s?
So the previous owners had remodeled bits and pieces here and there ever since the roof lift. Although some older era stuff remains, and I just need to do some color changing and maybe some light fixture changing, and I want to bring it down to that mid-century, the modern, early 60s look.
Mid-century modern, that's the term I was looking for. Yep.
Right.
So tell us about your dash.
So the dash was handmade. Not the original dash at all. The heater knobs are all original, and they are backlit. So there's a light bulb in besides, and you have 3 speeds and off. And so when it's on, those light up.
Nice.
So with the dual air gauges, attack, speedometer, dual water temperature gauges from 2 different locations. Transmission temperature, the amp meter, fuel, and oil pressure. Over here we got a parking brake and the 2 windshield wiper speed controls. There's an air switch for the wipers, and it's speed control for after the wipers are on. Or I can make them intermittent that way.
Automatic transmission.
Automatic transmissions, Allison 643. This is all the leveler stuff that used to be under it. And they lost 1 when they changed the motor, and I broke 2, and the 3rd one broke.
So I understand you are you're kind of looking for a deal on some of these levelers, right?
So if I can find the hydraulic cylinders, I can make it level again, because these are the same momentary type. Got a CB radio and a stereo down here. With inside here is the CD 10-disc changer for the stereo, which in itself is also quite out of date because it's not Bluetooth or all that. So with 6 speakers, 2 in the middle and 2 in the back.
Do you have air right now?
I don't. I have to start out.
Have air. Okay.
Yes.
So driver and co-pilot seats.
These came from like a 1980s Allegro. I added these after, because I had these skinny gray van seats in that were just not right. So
we're going to go ahead and start it so he can get some air.
for a month and it fired right up. There's only one wire to the electronics to it, and that's the fuel shut-off solenoid. Everything else is mechanical.
And the smoke clears up after.
Now, smoke clears up after a couple miles, and then after you've gone a couple hundred miles, it really clears up. So we're airing up right now. I have an air alarm temporary push shut-off switch right there, but here you can see I'm building up air. We got a water temperature gauge on the cylinder head right there, and it's digital. It's ambient air right now, but it's warming up, so you can see it gaining. There's another one down here.
Those are cool. That's that.
These are the.
That's the Mac. Was it Max something or other that those are? I had one like that in my old coach. I really liked that gauge.
So these heater controls, I don't know if you can see the light in here, but right there, there's an high right there. So I have two heater fans. Right here is a radiator or a heater core right here that will, with two dual fans for that, and that's what these first two do. And I can turn the temperature as the speed gets lower, the light bulb in there gets lower, but I don't know if you can see it on there. Also defrost, which blows up on there. And then I have fan left and right for these trucker fans right here. So they blow on you while you're going down the road. And then, as you're going down the road, every coach you see has some kind of floor or stairwell cover or whatever. In mine, there's an air switch. To flip the switch, you have the footrest right there.
Passenger footrest.
Passenger footrest, so they don't dangle in the stairwell. Turn around the other way. Another gauge for engine battery voltage. And flip the switch the other way, and I have house battery voltage. And that works all the time. With another switch for 12 volt lights there. And a stairwell switch, light right down there, which is handy in the dark.
All right, let's cover the interior.
Okay.
So why don't you walk on ahead here and tell us what you got going on.
So it's well thought out. I don't know what.
Does this couch make into a bed?
So the couch does make into a bed. This folds down completely. This will fold up. You hit your two buttons right down there. You remove the chair that normally goes here, which is in the shop being repaired, and set that in the living room. And this couch will unfold.
Okay.
And become.
So you have a full height of bed in there?
So it's a full double height of bed, and it goes all the way to the wall.
Nice.
Yes. And I have 120 volt lighting, and I also have 12 volt lighting. I'll turn these on over here.
Oh yeah.
So I have I have 1, 2, 3 pairs of lights just in this room for 12 volts, and then 4 light fixtures just for 120. And then they also designed it to where you have a nice salon 180 degree view while you're going down the road. So you're sitting on your sofa as you're going down the road and the family's talking. Yes, oh look, there's the beach.
True. Yeah, you do have a good view up here.
Nice, good 180 degree view going down the road.
So tell us about the kitchen.
So moving on into the kitchen, they've designed this kitchen more of a L-shaped galley with the fridge on the opposite side over here. So you can work around with enough counter space that you need to work. I have a double sink, which is handy for washing dishes. This 4-tiered, somewhat mid-century Art Deco thing, this countertop, I want to change the color and make it blend with that. I also have a cutting board. And this skinny cabinet over here has a towel rack that comes out. You can hang your towels right there.
Which you just found that recently, right? You didn't even know that was in
discovered
there.
Recently, right? Yes. And I do have a full stove with a range and oven.
Microwave.
Yep. And the microwave from 1986, and I only know that because every time I plug in and want to use it, I have to set the time and the clock, and to do that, I have to read the instruction manual and the receipts attached to this instruction manual.
So the fridge, is this a 3-way fridge?
This is a 2-way fridge, 12 propane and 120 only, and it's fairly new. Does not have the 3rd way, but
well, the propane is highly efficient.
Yes, and I need 12 volts for the propane, but very little 12 volt power for the propane. And then
Fridge is in nice shape.
It is in good shape. Underneath the fridge are the controls for the air conditioner that are under the floor, which is really a household heat pump. I have to have 50 amp service to run it, though, at
220.
At this time, yes. But I want to replace it to a really big 110 version.
Split system style, or?
No,
just a
it is
regular.
ducted.
No, I mean, would you want to replace it with a new inverter style?
No, I'm going to just change the box and move the controls up here. The air intake is down here at the floor for the air conditioner, and then the outlets are here, and a similar vent on the rear, down the hall and to the right, coming out.
In the
It tees
bedroom.
outward.
Yep.
Right.
So show us your bathroom. Huh? Yeah.
Propane.
Oh, your propane heat. there.
Propane furnace control is right here, and the propane furnace vents are there under the driver and passenger seats. Well, there's a block there, sitting there, and then there's one of those floor vents under the bed in the back. So I have those 3.
Heat. Yep.
Yes. Okay, so moving on down the hall. The hall is not wide, but you don't live in it. And just like your grandmother's stairwell, you have the light switches down at the end of the long hallway with 3-way lighting controls.
3-way switch. We'll go ahead and leave it on so we get a little more lighting here.
I'll do that. So we'll come in this way, and then there's a bedroom back here. Oh, but on your right is the closet. So the bedroom is back here. There's storage up here, and there's hidden storage here.
Massive storage up there.
Massive storage, and I got a set of drawers here, and I got drawers there with a big coat-ish. Well, I got pillows and stuff, but there is a new shirt closet in here. That vent is original to the bus. It's just a vent. It's all Naga hide up in here. They've put a handy seat over here to sit on while you're sitting down and get your shoes and socks on or whatever. And there's a desk that clicks into place right there.
Oh, clever.
Yes, with a mirror right there, which you can see tell what the era is of the bus, because that mirror's, you can't get those kind of mirrors anymore with that kind
It's the vintage style with the pattern etched on it. Let's take a look at your bathroom.
Okay, so the bathroom is right here. So let's open that door 90 degrees. So this bathroom door, by the way, locks in the hallway. Right there, you can go open there and you can turn the lock and it'll lock there. And it creates a flow between the bedroom and the bathroom.
So privacy door,
Correct.
dual purpose.
The first thing people say when they look in here is, "Oh, it's got a bathtub." Which it does.
Brand new toilet.
Yes, brand new Dometic 320.
And you have a clothes dryer thing like you would have a
That is
hotel.
a shower curtain from Bed Bath & Beyond.
No, this is a.
Oh, yes, I do. And I can hang towels on there. Run
Yep.
it across. Yep.
Yep, that's handy.
Yep. And there's a window. You can unscrew that window right there for me. Open that window. And crank and see.
Oh, so when you're in the bathroom taking a shower, you can peek out.
Yes,
And get fresh
inspiring
air.
campers. So over here, the light switch has got another fluorescent light. We have a fan, bathroom fan, which is 12 volts. And we have a 12 volt light. And we have a second, boom.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
that's-
nice 60s vanity with, see, you have latches on here, so it doesn't slide on, open and shut when you're traveling down the road.
Oh, clever.
Yep. Yep, with the sink and the Dixie cups, which I have not taken out yet. I'm going to keep that in there.
That's era. Yes.
That is area. It's storage underneath.
Very nice.
The closet's on this side. you put latches up here so the doors won't, open there. Right here is the door to the emergency escape door. That's the pipe that comes up from the air conditioner, and it tees up here at the top for the vents for front and rear.
Air conditioner plumbing. Oh, must go up.
Yeah, and it tees up there. And then this closet door here is a third one. So I'll have you step back here because we forgot to cover this.
Oh, big closet.
Yeah, so I could put a washer dryer set in here, a little compact one. The fender well is directly underneath there. So if you notice, highway buses you don't see fender wells. Well, in the 4104 you do, but 4106 I don't think you do. And all of them are hidden underneath there and underneath this and under the bed, and in the front you can see them exposed. So he's used space as much as he could over the fender wells. So I could put a washer dryer there.
Yeah, a lot of closet storage space here. That's unusual to have that much hanging closet in.
They full-timed in this. Overwintered in Yuma.
So, yeah.
Latches to shut when you're going down the road.
It must be pretty well insulated too.
I think it is. I haven't tested that fact. I have more storage here. And this is the only indicator I could tell it was a school bus was this green ceiling. That's the only clue left. Keeping our vintage Tupperware up in there, somewhat. And then, so that's kitchen pantry stuff. And down here I have my drawer full of receipts and manuals and paperwork. Every bus has one of those. And some miscellaneous stuff with drawers. 1, 2, 3, 4 big drawers right down there. And then another skinny closet right here where my water pump is underneath that box. The switch up here. And some food storage, a little bit there. And another storage above the fridge for towels and dog food and garbage bags. Always something to do. Vintage drawer handles, I think. If not, you can get the production vintage stuff. But I have drawers galore for everything I need, and underneath the sink is here to the wall. Oh, with kitchen lighting. So I have 12-volt lights here, 12-volt lights there, okay. Then I have a 110 light there, and this is 110. So 2 110 lights right there, with plugs, more plugs.
Yeah.
Plenty of.
It's always good to have lots of light in your kitchen, and multiple sources is good. Lots of plugs. And a brand new fantastic fan in the ceiling there.
I do have a brand new fantastic fan. There used to be another roof air conditioner here, but I did not have a fantastic fan. And so I opted to remove this because that one would work just.
And these really work well to draw cool air in. They're reversible, so they can go either direction, but if you set it in out mode and you have some windows cracked, they really they work great. Nice to cool it off.
I can close all the windows, put this on out mode, open the bedroom windows, and just have quiet air coming in while I sleep.
They're very efficient, 12 volt.
Yes, and these this shuts itself off when you close it. You can get a remote control for them, which is handy for short people.
Mm-hmm.
My wife is short.
Yeah, and you can get them with rain sensors and all sorts of fancy stuff like that too.
It has its own fuse. It fits in the same size 14 by 14 hole as the air conditioner does. So.
Well, very nice. Thanks for the tour.
Yeah.